There's the crypto ventures his sons launched, the meme coins, the foreign private business deals with the Saudis, the Qataris, the Emiratis, the media companies they've launched, the media companies the president has sued and gotten $90 million from. There's also the gifts, like the $400 million Qatari jet, the gold crown from the South Koreans, the gold golf balls from the Japanese. It is a staggering list, one some ethics watchdog groups call unprecedented in modern history. But especially when the person at the top is the person who promised to clean it all up.
Ladies and gentlemen, all I can do is roll my eyes because Trump lied to his people about draining the swamp. And at the end of the day, he is Swamp Thing. And the swamp was never going to be drained because the people that voted for him, they didn't give a damn about the swamp. They only cared about the swamp if it was minorities, people that they deem immigrants, or women. They want to see them burn. And they see this man doing this, violating the emoluments clause, which I think, why do we have it if we're not going to enforce it? Problem is, the way we have our government set up, it is hard to enforce it when you are the minority party, but they still should be screaming louder than what they are. I've got a show for y'all today. Not only are we going to talk about that and the hypocrisy of MAGA, but we've also got people wasting taxpayer dollars, having fucking helicopters fly by their home. Kid Rock, dumbass. We're going to talk about that. His name should be changed to Dumb Rock. We've also got, we have states that do crazy stuff. Texas, Florida. Well, we're going to crazy ass Florida. Would you guys believe that because of a stupid rule, a woman giving birth, black woman, a sister giving birth, they force her to appear in court while she's giving birth? I can't make this stuff up. Only in Trump's America, we've got that. We've got how the rich continue to eat the middle class and poor. And for whatever the reason, we can't get MAGA and folks to understand how this works. We've got a video on that as well. And Chile made headlines along with other black MAGA supporters because it was revealed that she has been donating to Trump. And boy, did y'all take her to task, as she should have been taken to task. All that starts is the Lamont Tyson politics of being black. Let's get it.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that full. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
That's right. You got me in the building. Please subscribe. If you're finding me, you are currently on this channel. Go check out my movie and TV review channel. And if you're someone who's into stocks or you're trying to learn stocks, I have started streaming live each and every day at 9:30 my trades. So if you want to try to understand what I'm doing, there's a link in the description for that channel. It's called Win by Losing with Stocks. You'll see my pretty face once we get there, and you can follow me each and every day as I'm at that cusp where I've learned enough to start really accelerating my wins. And you guys can see me before I become the multi-millionaire in stocks. And you can learn my system too. Let's start out, ladies and gentlemen, with what went on this weekend. As of right now, today is April Fool's Day, April 1st. And I was going to tell a joke that Trump has been impeached by the Republicans and they took his ass out of office. But folks, it's just too serious to be joking like that. And so we'll start off with someone who goes to Fox News. And this person takes the Republican bullets every day, shoots them down with fact. Her shield is fact. Her sword is her intensity when she gives it back. This weekend, we had the No Kings protest. Somewhere around 10 million people showed up at cities across the world, and Europe got involved. But let's see what Fox News had to say about it, ladies and gentlemen, in the upside down world we're living in called the United States.
We know that when you're more engaged in the political process for a longer amount of time, then you definitively show up to vote. People kicking in fences and things like that, I don't know about it. If they're going to be there in November. But the reality is that the No Kings movement, the last time that there was a protest, had about 6 million people. Now it's 8 million people at 3,300 rallies across all 50 states. And actually 2/3 of them were in suburbs and small towns. One of every 50 people who live in America participated in one of these. It's clearly a thing that matters to people. And you see that being recognized not by Jesse or Greg, but by Republicans in Congress. So we have a record high number of electeds on the Republican side retiring early. 36 of them have already announced. Trump's approval is about 40% if you want to be super generous. And historically speaking, when it's less, you already told me, you have Rasmussen, who else, or the guy in the bow tie. And when the president's approval is below 50%, on average, the party loses 34 seats and the minimum loss of 9 seats. We only need 3 to
Did you go to any of this?
That is Jessica Tarlove, ladies and gentlemen. Please follow her and show Tarlove all the love you can, because she sits in there and she has to deal with that mind-numbing bull jive from Jesse short-ass Waters every day, and she gives them straight facts. And at the end of the day, it should frustrate you that Trump still has approval ratings above 30%. That should tell you how many people don't care about rule of law, even though they'll tell you they do. How many people do not care that someone who's a pedophile, convicted felon, and all that is leading us. And January 6th should have told a lot of people. It told me. But I knew previous to that how white America really feels about us. I already knew it. And I knew that all that stuff that they used to say about Barack Obama and Democrats was a ruse, because it was basically projecting what they're doing. And so at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the movement is real. And we've got to protect voting as best we can. This SAVE Act that Trump is trying to get passed, it is trying to reduce women's rights to vote. And in some cases, if you are a married woman and you don't have your birth last name, they're going to try to run you through the ringer. You have got to do everything you can to keep supporting this, keep protecting it. And then they're going to try to send ICE to the voting polls to intimidate people. Folks, this is what they did to Black Americans back in the day. Send the damn KKK, which I don't understand why the KKK isn't arrested. They are a terrorist organization for sure. Their asses need to be in jail. And a lot of the TSA need to be in jail, along with the leadership asking them to do the things that they're doing. Let me know what you think about Jessica Tarlove. Go show her some love. She does amazing work, and I support that sister. Next on this docket, ladies and gentlemen, a man who hasn't made a hit record probably since before I was born. I was born in 1980, but loves to run his mouth about people who deal in fat, mostly Democrats, minorities. He loves to run his mouth about minorities. And anytime a Democrat musician wants to do something, he's got to come open up his mouth as if he's got a hit that can compare to some of the great folks like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, anyone in our genre that votes Democrat. Kid Rock folks had a military helicopter fly by his damn house. I don't know who he thought he was appeasing other than the racists like him that ride on pickup trucks that they cannot afford with wheels jacked up taller than a monster truck. But he did it. Here's the video. If you don't believe me, take a look for yourself. Y'all see that bull jive? Did y'all see the inside of his house? He's got White House on the wall. He's got a Statue of Liberty that's shorter than him, and he's not that tall. As if he really loves this country. And the military should be investigating that. How did that get coordinated? Did Trump do it? Did Pete Hegley do it? Because at the end of the day, as much as Republicans love to talk about pull your bootstraps up and fiscal conservatism, how much did it cost for that damn helicopter to fly wherever he lives at? At least $40,000 because of the price of fuel. At least $40,000. Where's the outrage for that, MAGA? Barack Obama wore a brown suit and y'all had a stage 10 meltdown. I literally thought some of y'all were about to jump off of a bridge and you couldn't swim. This should be absolutely prosecuted. Someone should absolutely lose a job for this, because there should be no situation where there's communication between a civilian and military where they actually go to your house, hover, let you clap, have an orgasm in your pool, and then they go speeding away. That should not be something that's happening. And at the end of the day, we all know how he speaks against equality, some cases women, some cases black people. And I want to know. So y'all let me know what you think. I think we need an investigation on that bull jive. It makes me sick. Here's another person that's made the news, Chili, ladies and gentlemen. I used to love TLC. I'm hurt by this because it was found out that she's not only she supports MAGA, but she's been supporting Republicans for a long time. And this is another case of black people that get money, and all of a sudden, the higher up you go in America, the less you see minorities, the less you see people that support the plight of minorities and immigrants, because all of a sudden it's just about the money, protecting your money, and you hate the government because they tax your money. That's what it becomes. Then they eventually teach you how you could exercise that hate by avoiding taxes, some cases evading taxes, and then taking advantage of the people who pay all the taxes, which is the middle class and poor. Well, Chili has joined that, and that was a great visionary that most white people hate. And he was hated because they staged him against Martin Luther King. That is the good brother Malcolm X. He said something 40 some odd, 50 some odd years ago that resonates with what we're seeing with Black MAGA right now. Take a look at what this TikToker pulled together and go support this TikToker. Take a look at this.
Malcolm X once said,
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community, and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
And Malcolm X's words still ring true today. I don't give a damn what Nick Cannon, Nicki MAGA Minaj, Chili from TLC have to say about politics. Shut up and sing. They are not spokesmen, spokespersons for our community in the same way that Woody Allen, Kid Rock are not spokespersons for the white community. We have living black revolutionaries and black activists that you can go and ask about politics. Why the fuck would I care about what Nick Cannon, who has 50-11 kids with 50-11 different women, has to say about politics? Obviously, he's not that smart.
The place where I disagree with the TikToker is these people are allowed to have their opinions. And back in Malcolm X day, we didn't have influencers that actually could reach millions of people instantly with social media. We have that now. Lena Horne was an influencer back in her day because more people could see her than she could see people, if that makes sense. And at the end of the day, we, as much as we would like to see them have a responsibility to do the right thing, you see the inequality, the injustice. You see all that. But instead of fighting and using your platform to do it, you want to basically indoctrinate yourself and codify yourself in whiteness. And we oftentimes see this from immigrants that come here. They assimilate to whiteness because that is what looks like it's the structure of power, the structure of money. And now we're getting it from our black athletes and our black singers who get the money, they get the power, and now all of a sudden for them, oh, F the black community, F the issues that Malcolm X fought for, F the issues that Martin Luther King fought for. I'm rich, I can't be touched. Folks, that's dangerous. It's dangerous, it's selfish, it's insensitive, and it's wrong, whether they believe it or not. You can have your voice all you want to, but the issue is you have that voice and you have a platform of people who believe in you, and oftentimes a lot of these people are young, so they haven't quite formulated what America is all about, what life is all about, and they start following you over these cliffs. Now, you can do what you want, and I'm comfortable with that because I want to know who your ass is. I wasn't a big Nick Cannon supporter anyway, not because of all the baby mamas he's got, just because I kind of seemed like he was goofy. Like, politics affects everybody, but you as an entertainer may not affect everybody. And so whenever you open your mouth about a policy you don't understand that could harm the people who don't follow you, you're hurting the nation. And that's where I jump out the window. TLC bothers me because the first CD I ever heard in 1993, I'll never forget it. Because before then, I was listening to records and tapes. I heard TLC on a CD, and I was just like, wow, the sound quality is amazing. What is this? That was the first album I got. And if I could find it, I would come right here and break the shit right in front of y'all. But I don't know where it's at, so just forget it. Next on this list, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't make this up, and this one hurts me the worst, because we actually have a woman that was giving birth and was forced to go to jail. Folks, I'll just let you see it, man. Take a look.
My name is Michael Khalil. I'm a circuit court judge here in Jacksonville, Florida. The state of Florida has filed a petition for declaratory judgment. They're asking for an emergency C-section be granted by the court.
I have not had a chance to be able to consult with my own legal representation, and I'm trying to understand how you are taking my rights away as a patient to be able to decide my own care, to give me an emergency C-section against my will.
Well, let me ask you about that. What about the risks to the child?
Anytime you go into childbirth, whether you do a vaginal or a C-section, there is inherent risk to the mother and the baby. I have other children out here in the world that need me. If I die from a C-section, nobody on this call is going to take care of my children.
Well, you have a new doctor coming on. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they don't have anybody African-American that they can give me.
Well, let me ask you. I don't know that. Then I don't find that race really has much to do with this, ma'am.
It does have much to do with it because historically, Black people do better when they have healthcare providers that look like me. It's nobody Black in here. I'm so tired of this. I'm over this whole situation. Like, y'all are gonna make me have level 3 tracing. How bad y'all stressing me out.
Ms. Doyle, that's what's going to be entered. I'm going to circulate this order, this proposed order that the other attorneys entered this in today, not requiring anything except for an emergency basis.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate you spending 2 hours on a Sunday going through my medical history and fighting for my vagina.
What the fuck, man? Literally. This woman is in the hospital. And because folks in Florida so hate Black women, don't understand the plight of Black women. And just to give you context, Black women are the highest risk deaths when it comes to childbirth in the world. Not just America, in the world. Black women, African-American women. Because oftentimes they view them as they don't feel pain the same way, or sometimes they view them as they're over-inducing their pain. And like this woman said, she's got other kids, but she should not have had to say that. This is her fucking body. And one thing that made me mad about it was, now the judge, I will give him credit because in the end, he had compassion to let her to fix this thing so she can have the choice. But for him to raise the argument about harming the child, that's exactly why some women say they don't want men in their vaginas in policy in the first fucking place. Because forget the child for a minute. What about this woman? Her life is just as important, if not more important, than the unborn baby. So that judge's mindset in that moment was, I need to protect the baby more than this woman. And I like how she was calm, cool, and collective when she gave her response. I love it. She did a great job because some people would have freaked out. There was nobody there supporting this woman. She had no help in there. There was no legal representation. They just sprung this shit on her. That's crazy Florida for you. And the other problem I have with the judge too, which is just him being out of touch. For him to ask her, what does having a Black person have to do with it? That's why oftentimes Black people say white people are out of touch, even if you support our plight. Because if you've never lived in black skin and all you have to associate with is white people that don't understand the plight you go through on a day-to-day basis, in a situation like this where it can be life and death, you would like to see someone of your skin color who's gone through the rigors and roads of the medical field, understands the data clearly says the people at most risk are black women, and they can relate to help make sure your care transitions properly. You see why some issues shouldn't be left up to a damn judge? Now, this judge gave a good outcome, but do you see why some issues should not be left up to the judge? And so I want to hear from you guys. This video went a little longer than what I wanted to, but it was a lot of stuff in here. And now I got to get ready for my live stream to do stocks today. So don't forget to like the video. Please comment, subscribe. And until that next Sexy as Hell video, men, if you get a black woman pregnant, even if you ain't with the woman, please go support her. I'll see you.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.